my greatest weakness would be that I suck with money. And when I say that, I say it because it's like, it's not that I'm bad with planning out finances. I'm bad at, if I have money in my pocket, I spend it. And so when my wife and I got married, I was like, hey, you're in charge of the money because I'm going to spend it. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm just being real. I'm going to spend it. If I have it, I'm going to spend it. So you're in charge of the money. You need to give me an allowance, whatever you got to do. You know, tell me each week when I get to the point where, hey, stop spending, and I'll stop. You know, but if I have access to it, I'm spending it. She's like, okay, all right. So that's my biggest weakness is I will. If I've got money on me, it's gone, and I'll have nothing to show for it because I'm buying coffee, donuts, you know, snacks, stupid stuff for no reason. I'll stop at a gas station and go, ooh, a honey bun, you know. So.
So, is there a special place that you go to get your ideas, brainstorming, and so forth?
I honestly walk around my farm. I just put on some music and I just walk around my farm and I get lost in. So the whole property is bordered with a tree line all the way around, and then we have a center tree line that divides the property into two parcels. And I'll walk the border of the tree line all the way around like a couple times and just think and just, you know, honestly, a lot of times it's just like I'm lost in the fact that I have this because I grew up in the inner city. I grew up in a situation where it was like you could reach out your window and touch the neighbor's house. And it's just, you know, everybody's yard was about maybe 600 square foot, 800 square foot. Like everybody had tiny yards. And now I have a 22-acre farm with a swimming pool, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I went from my wife and 3 children. I went from homeless to in 2005 to now in 2018, we own all that we have.
So if you're kind of to describe your day-to-day at a very high level, how would you do that?
I mean, right now I have a day job. And so Monday through Friday, it's 8 to 5. And then I'm on call because I work in the jail systems where I'm going in and people are getting bonded out. So I got to put bracelets on them. But I try to, at every minute that I'm not at work, that I'm writing a new book. I'm adjusting and redoing my website. I'm trying to network as much as possible. I actually sent a copy of my book to Prince Harry and got a full handwritten letter back as a thank you, which I thought was awesome. But I shoot for the stars. I just swing and swing and swing and swing and swing until I hit something. And it's not wasted energy because it's creating buzz and it's creating people talking about it and it's creating a situation where people are coming from that I've never heard of. You know, especially when you're an author, it's weird it's weird that all of a sudden when you publish your book that your friends are buying it from you because they're all supporting you, but it's like they're buying your book and it's like I wrote it. But all of a sudden there's a shift where it's like everybody in your circle has a copy. And so now everybody buying your book, you have no idea who they are. And it's this amazing feeling, you know what I mean? And so it pushes you to push harder. Like I'm working on a follow-up to the book. The book originally, like I said, it's called A Warrior's Garden. The new one's going to be called Beyond the Garden. And it's really about everything that I've done since then and how to turn that into your therapeutic journey. So, but at the high level, it's making sure that I have the time to focus and the energy to do it. And so I make sure that I stay healthy. I make sure that I'm eating right. Make sure that I'm going to the gym and working out. And I'm making sure that when the time comes and I have the free time to work on all of my stuff, that it's focused and driven on that only.
True. So what is something that you could tell me about you that almost no one really knows? Maybe like a trivia kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore because I'm so transparent on Facebook and with social media. I would say most people probably don't know that I'm a Star Wars nerd. I'm a sci-fi nerd. Like my favorite television show ever was and it was only one season long, but it was Firefly. And it's a sci-fi spaghetti western type thing, and it's freaking hilarious and it's just amazing. I don't know. I really don't know. I just I guess I'm so transparent on my Facebook, on all my social media with everything that it's hard to say what people don't know about me anymore.
So maybe let's dig a little bit into the workshops that you were talking about.
Okay. So the workshop is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's based off of the whole premise of the book, which is, like I said, my pyramid, my trifecta of healing, which is my faith, my music, my gardening, and I teach people that why it worked for me, and then as part of the workshop, what we do is we go through each individual person, and we're like, I'm like, top of your head, I need something spiritual, physical, and creative that you like to do. You know what I mean? I need those three things, because you have to have one from each category, but we have to find a way. And if they give me something where they all can't three be done at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, well, then at that point, then we go, okay, we have to replace one of these to make it where it all comes together. But they all have to be from those categories. It has to be something spiritual, it has to be something, physical, and it has to be something creative so for me, it was, music is my creative port. The physical side is I'm down in the garden working on my farm. And, the spiritual side is my faith, and I'm Messianic. So it's like my faith and getting to know more about the Hebraic root of my faith. And then how do I put those three things together? So can I honor God with my garden, and can my music accentuate all that? Yes. Well, can my music honor God, and can I use my music while I'm in my garden? So all three of them can tie together at the same time, yet I can also use them individually. And so we teach people how to use those, because what most people don't understand is that we have innate coping mechanisms that are pre-designed, that are already in us, that we've developed out throughout our whole life, from childhood up, whether it be music, whether it's art, whether it's drawing, whether it's, writing poetry or writing screenplays or writing music or building things or whatever it is. We have these pre-designed coping mechanisms that are already within us that we don't know how to access or use them for coping mechanisms. We just know that it's something we like to do. And so the workshop does that. And then that's all on day one. And then that night we go out to dinner together as a group. And then the next day we come together and we build a community garden center. And if we don't have a location to build it, then what we do is that all of these raised beds that we build go home with the participants, and now they have them at their houses. So.
Excellent. So as far as reaching out to you and being able to plug into what you're doing, supporting what you're doing and so forth, is there some contact methods that you would?
Yeah, we've got the website at www.awarriorsgarden.com. You can email me directly at Malachias, Malachis, at awarriorsgarden.com. You can reach out to me on Facebook through my book page, which is a Warriors Garden nonprofit that we own, which is Warfighter Gardens. Our farm, which is Honor 22 Farms, and then our workshop, which is Finding Your Eden. And so any of those, you can reach out to me. You can send me a text at 931-529-3226, or call me and set up a time where we can have a phone discussion. So, but I'm pretty open about all of it.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us, Malachias, and just letting us know what you're doing to be able to build your legacy, and setting up something that's going to last for multiple generations. So, I appreciate you carving out some time in your evening and being able to spread that out.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And I'll close out the episode the way that I always love to do, and I'll see you around the bend, my friend.
Alrighty.
You've been listening to Legacy Cast. Thank you for joining us today, and be sure to come back next time as we speak with more top influencers, industry experts, and business owners from around the world.